Esin, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, John, for having me and not telling me that this was going to be visual.
Yeah, we just found out recently, but that's okay.
Okay.
We're going to roll with it. So my name's John Kalajian. I am the Vice President of Customer Success here at Quant. This is our podcast, Workforce of the Future, and I have Esin Pektas with us here, who is probably one of the most accomplished engineers that I know. Although I don't think it's fair to call you an engineer because you also have a license in architecture, right? You have your license in engineering. And if I'm not mistaken, you also have a pilot's license.
Yep, I'm a sailor, I'm a pilot, I'm a rope access technician.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a QE, qualified exterior wall inspector.
Oh my
I have
goodness.
a bunch of licenses.
Yeah. So you recently, within the last year, joined Oneida ESC Group,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So what is your role there and what types of projects are you focusing on right now?
Yes, so I am the Vice President of Engineering and Design Services at Oneida ESC Group, Engineering, Science and Construction. And we are a Native American owned company, that's Oneida Nation, that was originally a New York nation. Right now our reservation is in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And we own some of the Green Bay Packers, I believe, or we have Oneida Gate at the stadium, which is super cool.
Oh, nice.
So I love working for this company because we work for the Oneida Nation. They are our boss. Mm-hmm. And we have engineers from West Coast to East Coast and in Japan. We have all services in-house: civil, structural, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, fireproofing, RCDD, and technology. And some of our infrastructure projects include the spaceport for the future. We are a big part of the Spot5 program, building spaceport at the Cape Canaveral. Entire Cape Canaveral is our client, including NASA Kennedy Space Center, SpaceX, Blue Origin, and other 17 companies. And we do all air, land, sea, rail, and spaceports.
Jeez.
And others, building projects as well as others. But yeah, so I love working for my company, and I love working for Oneida Nation. It's humbling to have these original Americans, the past coming in touch with the future of spaceports and where we are going as a humanity. So I'm enjoying this job very, very, very much.
Nice. And then in terms of the role that you guys play, is it more from the owner's side? Is it from maybe the contractor side a little bit? Or is it mostly the owners?
We work for the owners as consultants, designers, sometimes construction manager as advisor, CMAR, PPP, all alternative delivery methods. And that's pretty much what we do. But we do have 4 verticals, and one of the verticals is engineering. One of them is construction. That one is hands-on construction for design, build, and other types of construction projects. One of them is at Kennedy Space Center. Right now we are doing a DB project, design build. We also have a technology vertical and an environmental vertical. So all 4 are different, and we have about 700 engineers.
Wow. Nice. So one thing we wanted to talk about today in specific was the integration of technology within construction, specifically from the owner's perspective, and how that's being done globally from a global paradigm. Because a lot of times, at least myself, I've been sheltered here in the United States. I really haven't extended out into the international realm just yet of engineering. I know there's a lot going on in the world right now, especially with the rapid progression of AI. So let's jump right into it. I know you had a recent trip in Southeast Asia. Yes. So what was the core goal of that trip, or the purpose?
So normally I go to Asia for hours. We have 4 offices in Japan, and I travel to Japan more than other countries in Asia to see our team and projects. I was there for a groundbreaking ceremony, which was pretty awesome because it's more spiritual there, what you do with the earth. So there was a Shinto priest blessing the site, and then sake and a food altar, etc. But the other places, there was a U.S. Department of Commerce had a Southeast Asia Design and Construction Mission, and the New York Department Chamber of Commerce interviewed people and companies as delegates to introduce them to the construction and design people in Southeast Asia. Mm-hmm. And I was one of the delegates. I worked in North America, Asia, and Europe since I was 16. I'm 45. So 29 years back, and since 2010, I have been working and connected with Southeast Asia and construction. And most of my projects are mega projects that are over $10 billion infrastructure projects. Mm-hmm. So I was one of the delegates, knowing the language, knowing the region, knowing the culture. It was a great opportunity. Although the mission is cancelled for moving forward, mm-hmm. We already had the connections, the American consulate, AIA, international. So they were kind enough to introduce us and connect us with all those people and cities and municipalities and mm-hmm. government executives. So I was able to see everything firsthand, how the rapid urbanization and growth in these Asian cities, and how AI helped IoT, and other technologies, and adapting to technology and modular building helped because of the labor shortage that couldn't catch up with the speed of urbanization and growth. Mm-hmm. It was really, really inspiring, and I think we could learn a lot and use so much of it in New York.
Oh yeah,
and in the country.
So mostly cities then run your tour, or was it different location types? Maybe
I could tell it was the capital cities of 11 countries, and or the major cities, I should say, because in Vietnam we went to Ho Chi Minh. They just had their first subway system back in December. They still don't have metro cards, but they have paper receipts, because that was my thing to remember where I went. Mm-hmm. I wanted to get souvenirs that weren't heavy, and it's my thing that I only have a tiny backpack that's 4 kilos, 8 pounds. I only take that with me, and I can go travel the world with it. So I figured if I just get metro cards, that would be the nicest, smallest, lightest thing to bring back. Yeah. And it is you have to be there to take it in person.
And they're all unique.
And then I had to put a dim sum business card instead of my Ho Chi Minh card, because they don't have the metro card yet. But they do have for that. That was a great example, because it's a mega project and it's infrastructure. And they are using, because of the labor shortage, because of the rapid growth, and they used AI and IoT monitoring systems and real-time feeders during construction and after construction for the maintenance monitoring. For example, when they bore the tunnels, they use a lot of AI-powered drones mm-hmm. with cameras, so they didn't have to send inspectors mm-hmm. or labor into they were able to monitor the soil movement and to make sure that it's not dangerous, structurally stable for the workers to go inside and work. And they cut 40% on the inspection time, so they didn't have to send the inspectors. They just sent the drones, mm-hmm. and they just recorded everything that they wanted to see by using AI cameras on the drones. So they were able to see the cracks, they were able to inspect the areas, and that just speeded up the construction tremendously. And now because they were so happy with how much the technology adoption helped them, after installing it, during and after, they installed these sensors that are real-time feeders that again work with AI and IoT, Internet of Things, that they have an office that they can monitor the vibrations, the structural stability, the sound, the soil stability, from real-time feeders at all times, 24/7. Mm-hmm. And if there is an unusual vibration, they go check it. And this is the same for the tunnels, the bridges throughout Southeast Asia. If there is an extraordinary vibration, they go there and they check, and that might be where they need maintenance, mm-hmm. Where the structure might be weak. Then here you go, your the life cycle of your bridge or infrastructure goes 20% longer.
Yeah, and it helps focus resources.
Yes, exactly. You're maintaining it as soon as the damage occurs, because you're
Right.
getting 24-hour, 7-day real-time data.
Right, and real-time data, that's an important topic that I want to touch on today,
Okay.
as well as safety, using
Yes.
technology to increase safety. Like you said, they sent the drones down
Yep.
instead of the humans down, right, for dangerous inspections, but there's also other things that technology can help with in terms of safety,
Yes.
especially with trying to increase efficiency and
Yes.
increase productivity on site. You know, sometimes safety takes a back seat, which it shouldn't,
Yes.
but unfortunately it does. But
Yes.
before we go too deep, I wanted to know,
Oh, yeah.
what were some of the major differences that you noticed between the countries on your tour or on your site visits? Did you notice any major differences with maybe project approach or technology approach and adoption?
Oh yes, I mean the thing is, government policies made all the difference was made by if the government is supporting the project, and if the government has a long-term vision of we are becoming this. So like Singapore has a smart nation project. Taipei has a smart city project. Thailand has Thailand 4.0. So like some of the governments were just full on. We are all becoming AI and technology adaptive. But by this they mean when we first hear AI, IoT, technology adoption, artificial intelligence, we might be thinking of electronics and urban areas and skyscrapers and fast trains and bullet trains. In reality, for example, Thailand 4.0, this is like my favorite example. When you have the government support and the vision for adapting technology, first of all, not every city is an urban city, just like ours. Like New York City is different than Oklahoma is different than. So they have this Thailand 4.0 adoption for each city. That is, say they have agricultural cities, they have manufacturing cities, they have metropolitans, urban areas. So, for example, agricultural cities, the farmers before the technology adoption, AI and apps that are having real-time data feeders and IoT sensors and monitoring, they say they would do fertilization for the land that they have, and then if it rained 2 days after, everything is gone. So you're wasting energy, wasting money, wasting products, etc. So now they have the IoT monitoring and AI-powered real-time data feeders installed into the soil in the area. So this every farmer has the app because it's free and available to every citizen. So they can go there and their particular land, they can see when is a good time to do fertilization. When can you do it so that it's not going to rain. It shows the moisture level in the soil. It shows the weather forecast and like potential predictabilities that you would need to do your farming. Then that feels very democratic from urban to agricultural to. So each city has its own dynamics, its own needs, but technology could help each one in different ways.
Right.
But when you have the policy supporting it, it was much more visible that in a daily.